And welcome to the Forsaken Council live stream of the preview server. So we are going to be testing out the new hull today. Kicksai have been kind enough to let me in and kind enough to let me stream it. I'm just going to try and get Twitch open on my iPad, which has gone into the lock screen next to me. But yeah, so I'm going to give this new hull a try, and we're going to test out a new weapon and a new special. We're kind of lucky in the fact that we can try out all of it today. And also, I do believe the sort of restructured raid targets are going to be in here as well. So we're going to spend some time testing them too. It's not all going to be about the new hull. Is it working okay, Lucy? Yeah, we're live? Because I know last stream we had a few technical issues. So, okay, that's great. So thanks everyone who's joined us for the live stream. And I do want to say that, bear in mind, guys, with a preview server, it is subject to change. So, not necessarily everything we see here today is the finished product. You know, it is a preview server, and they do test it off of our feedback. So, I just wanted to put that out there. I guess you guys straight away you want to see the main prize, don't you? So, let's go into the hole. I'll clear this a minute. So this is the base hull. Now I do want to point out to you guys that, in fact, I'm going to get it up in the not in the shipyard. I'm going to get it up in the intelligent lab because I think it'll be better. So there's a Vendetta there, beautiful looking ship. A Legion PvP hull that uses explosive weapons. Each time this hull destroys a ship or building, all friendly hulls with the Revenge Bloodthirst ability gain a stack. Each stack increases explosive damage up to a maximum. This ability is unaffected by Cold Snap. This hull features a stacking aura, increasing critical chance of depth charges, launchers and mortars, and rockets. This hull is unaffected by defense boosting technologies and is fully unreactive. Fully unreactive in the sense that I'm wondering if you cannot get a boom off of this. It's a very interesting type in there. So guys, I don't know if you caught wind of what I said there, but we'll look at it too. We'll look at his special abilities. It's Bloodthirst. Now, we already know that the Bloodthirst is on the Revenge. So, that means that this will work with the Revenge. Their two bonuses will work together. The Bloodthirst off the Revenge will work on the Bloodthirst of the Vendetta. And if you're going around stacking your Revenge, picking up the times 20, it will also stack it up on the Vendetta and vice versa. So you can combine these hulls very well. And I think that's quite an exciting prospect, is combining Revenges and Vendettas together, which is something I thought about, but something that I wasn't sure about. And now I'm really looking forward to trying that out. So, but unlike the Bloodthirst on the Revenge, I think on the Revenge it gains a defensive boost, doesn't it? Let's have a look what it gains on this. So. Unreactive, field of effect friendly. So this is his aura. This is the aura that we've seen talked about, and it affects projectiles and ships. Is that what it says?
You complained.
Yeah. Range 85, so it's a pretty huge range. Renaissance trigger, yes. Depth charge critical chance 5%. Launcher critical chance 5%. Mortar critical chance 5%. Rocket critical chance 5%. So basically what that means is the depth charge Gatling gun will work, your launcher Revenges will work, and the new mortar hull and weapons will work with this critical chance bonus. So basically any kind of Revenges you see, other than even the mortar kind of Revenges, yeah, just about any Revenge style fleet we've seen will gain benefit from the Vendetta's abilities. I'm sure it's going to gain some boost off of the Bloodthirst. Other than that, surely it would. Stacks per kill, Renaissance trigger, no. Cold Snap immune, yes. Explosive damage plus 50%. So is that all it gets off of the Bloodthirst? Just explosive damage? I mean, I guess that is very, very significant. And in fact, I guess it's huge to have your damage increased by 50% is basically, and so yeah, that's okay. I get that. I'm kind of unsure about it not picking up any defensive buffs when it gets into its Revenge. Its Bloodthirst, but okay. We can see already that it has really, really high base armor, 36,000. I did ask someone prior to the stream regarding that, and they said that it could change, but they're kind of comfortable with it right now, so I'm not sure that will change. Mortar reload plus 100%, rocket reload plus 100%, interesting stats, spread minus 30, splash plus 50, remote targeting range plus 100%, remote targeting type mortar, remote targeting fall off minus 30%. And guys, I will say that the new weapon has a primary and secondary ability, and unlike any previous weapons that have that feature, this does remote target off of the secondary longer range, as a heads up for that as well. Evade bonus minus 160%. Cheers, kicks. Corrosive deflection plus 2,500. Concussive deflection plus 5,000. Radioactive deflection plus 9,000. I'm struggling to grasp those figures right now. Defense handicap minus 100%. Now, guys, you are going to say, why is defense handicap, Liam? Well, thankfully, my good friend Judy Raken did give me an answer before the show, before the stream. So the new stat, defense handicap, which is what we're saying there, minus 100%, is going to show minus 100%. But it will probably just show as 100% on release. Basically, what this stat means is any resistance buffs you try to apply to this hole will be ignored. So if I was to put heavy plating on this, the defense handicap would prevent any of that from having any effect on this hole. So basically, I can't raise its resistances. That's basically what Kicks are saying with that stat, is no matter what I do to this hole, I can't raise its resistances in that regard. Like, I couldn't raise its explosive resistance, I couldn't raise its missile resistance. But what I can do, and what does still work, is I can increase its turret defense. That will still work, and I can increase its deflection. That will apply. Deflection and turret defense will apply. It's just strictly resistances that do not apply. Okay, guys, so I hope we're straight on that. Now, it has a built-in turret defense of 40%, which I think is pretty high. And you'll see why in a minute, because it kind of ties into the special on the Renaissance, the new special. Map speed is 25, combat speed is 21, and its turn speed is 15. Very high combat speed as a whole, as its base. The repair duration 1 hour and 10 minutes. Very, very much subject to change, I imagine. Weapon slots 7, armor slots 3, special slots 5. Cargo 5 million. We've already read through that. Tactical modules. All ships are affected in any state. That's by its order. So that's the whole, guys. That's the whole. Let's jump into the special. And of course we will try and get into actually selling these things as fast as we can. But we have to do all aspects of this justice. So I can't just skip this part, unfortunately. And for some reason, these new specials, like, they appear in random places. Like, they don't appear at the bottom where you'd expect them to. I had trouble finding these a minute ago, because I've actually already managed to build a fleet and have it ready, so we don't have to waste time on that. The Renaissance Capacitor. A Legion variation on the Renaissance Battery. A Legion variation, okay. So, provides base attributes as long as the ship is within range of an aura. Each additional aura stacked will provide an additional percentage of the base attributes. So let's have a look at what it says in its stats. Its special bonuses applied when affected by a tactical field. Well, as we know, the new hull does have a tactical field. So it's a tier 5 special, and it gives you a weapon weight of plus 19%. A bonus all damage plus 36%. A turret defense bonus of 50%. Movement is a bonus combat speed of plus 20%, and its special abilities is stacking tactical bonuses plus 8%. So basically, I think what that means is, in fact, Raken did explain this to me too. I'd mentioned about the defense handicap. The Revenge Bloodthirst ability on the Vendetta does work with the Revenge. So if either one of them kills a unit, both will get a stack. We've kind of already covered that. Critical chance aura stacks. So the more Vendetta you have, the better critical hit chance. Guys, so 5 Vendettas is 5 better chance. It's a much better chance. Tactical fields. Auras will have a Renaissance trigger stat with a yes/no result. This is just to help tell people if an ability will work within a Renaissance battery capacitor. He's kind of lost me there a little bit. Let me try and break that down in my head a second. The critical chance or stacks. I've already read that out. Okay, I'll try and get onto some of that later. Raycon was kind enough to do a little bit of Q&A with me about some of this before the stream, guys, so I wasn't going in here completely out of my depth, which I still am. Okay, so the stacking tactical bonus of plus 8%, it basically means, so let's say for example you start with a 50% turret defense. The stacking bonus provides an additional plus 8% of the base stat. So for one additional tactical field aura, you would get 50 plus 50. The mathematical equation is you get 8% of the remaining 50%, which is actually 4%, guys, so that would take it to 54%. It's basically the way that the stats work when adding up resistances. And that is how the defense stacking bonus is provided with the aura field and a renaissance capacitor. And if that doesn't make sense, we'll try and break this down a little bit over the Saturday show, so guys can drum in a little bit more. The weapon. Let's go to the weapon, because everyone's going to be probably want to see that more so than anything else. It's another primary secondary type weapon, which is maybe not what everyone wanted. But the coaxial firestorm, a coaxial rocket which will fire mortars at long range, as long as there are no targets in rocket range. The mortar secondary weapon will work with and for remote targeting. Okay. Let's read out its stats. So the tech type is Legion. Legion. So are we seeing? I guess we're seeing a new type of technology here. That's what we're seeing. That's what this is labelled as. Unless I've not noticed that before. And I know Raycon mentioned to me about the Legion stuff recently, so I don't, yeah. Because normally we see Forsaken, Scourge, Reaver, Draconian. Now we're seeing Legion. So, okay, I don't know where that come from or what that means, but okay. Maybe we'll see some new peeps, some new peoples. I'd like that. Okay, so weapon type rocket, damage type explosive, weight surprise. This is the one that surprised me. The weight is 400 tons. Very, very surprising. Splash is 12, spread is 100, range is 68. This is on its primary weapon, which is going to be the rocket, I believe. Definitely is the rocket, looking at the DPS down there. The damage is 4,500, while the building damage is 9,000, and the wall damage is 9,000. Salvo is free, and the reload time is 5 seconds. Which can be brought down rather significantly with the rocket reload special, which I haven't confirmed if works or not on this. I'm going to try that out. I haven't put that on my build, so I'm going to test that out because that could be brought down significantly. Okay, so that's impressive. That's a hell of a lot of damage. The hull itself has a built-in 50% splash, so you can straight away take that to 18. Add in another special, you're looking at... you're looking at 24, which is one wall, one land, and one wall in terms of the range equivalent. So that's a pretty decent splash area. Quite an interesting rocket statistic. We haven't seen rockets in a while, so I'm interested to see how this is going to work. Okay, let's have a look at his secondary weapon. So, as we know, with primary, secondary, in primary, the primary is always going to fire first, but if there's no buildings, if there's nothing to shoot within that range of 68, then it's gonna decide to switch over to its secondary mode, which is going to be a range of 90, which is a pretty big range for a mortar. It's a decent range. I think, is that the highest mortar to date? I believe the one prior to that is 89, which is a Serum Barrage. So yeah, that's a pretty high range. I think that's the highest range mortar in the game. Okay, the mortar. Can be used with and for remote targeting. Okay, the weapon type is mortar, the damage type is explosive, the splash is 17, which is huge. Not the highest in the game, but it's pretty damn big. The spread is 100, range 40 to 90, damage 3,198, salvo is free, and the reload time is 5 seconds again. So the salvo and the reload time match on that, which is quite interesting. 3 salvos is pretty decent for a mortar. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. That would mean that countermeasures aren't going to cope too well with that. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. And a range at 90 on the whole that has a remote targeting buff of 100 would take that to 180 remote targeting range on that mortar. So if you were running, say, 4 of these ships with a Revenge up front, storm the Revenge in with these 4 following behind, I don't know if many bases are going to take that, if I'm honest. Anyway, let's continue. So guys, I don't have the chat open, but is everyone happy with what they've seen so far? Yeah? How many have we got in?
76.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, I'm glad you guys could all join us. What else was there? Okay. The build and repair times for the new stuff is a placeholder, guys. I can tell you that now. It's definitely not final. I don't want that to be the focus of this episode because it's not final. It's not even remotely final. It's not even close to final. So it's literally just a placeholder because they're not decided on it. And last time it caused a lot of fuss in the last preview. So I wanted to say that before we even open the shipyard. Oh well, okay, there you go. It's 0.0 seconds. So. Yay, they're finally listening. They're finally listening to the build times. Okay, guys, so yeah, obviously that's not going to stay that way. This is a very impressive hull. It has a huge base armor. I would be very surprised if you see this going for anything less than 5 days. I would say 6 days. You're going to see this hull at 6 days in a few hours. Probably just under with an engineer. So, yeah, so this is pretty big hull in my opinion. And I'll show you why. In my opinion, also as well, guys, my hunch at the moment is that this is designed to run with Revenges. Like, it would run the best with that kind of setup, mixing it with Revenges. But I guess we can test that out too. So yeah, its bare build time is obviously not correct. So we've already read out all the stats. Let's have a look at what we can do with this. So if we show on the coaxial firestorm. I mean, again, it's shown 1 second, so we know that's not true. I'll just show you guys what I did with mine earlier. And the reason so this is what I put on earlier. And I don't know, I mean, like the Revenges, like when I was in the preview with the Revenges, I thought I had that build sussed. Like, I was so sure of it that I wouldn't even take advice on it, you know? But I was wrong. I was really wrong about the Revenges, and I don't know if anyone remembers my original Revenge build. It's changed a lot, in fact. I mean, me and Monster, we both had a fleet built. I think we were the first in my group to build them, and we were hashing out builds, and that's my Revenge build now. That's what my Revenge build looks like now. But
Go and hit stuff. Come on.
but
let's
yeah,
go.
okay, yeah, let's go and hit some stuff. Well, I just wanted people to see the build, but I guess I can.
Build later, babe.
I guess I can. I can show that later. But we do have 3 hours, guys, in this stream, and I will be going for all 3 hours if I can. Why are they moving that speed? That's horrendous. They're not that slow, surely. That's just not even funny. Wow. My base is going to get smashed so much in this preview. And there's Monster. Where is Monster's base?
No, he's hitting everyone.
There he is.
You gonna hit him?
Nah. Well, I could
Hit
do.
him.
Yeah, everyone seems to be hitting everyone. Let's try Blackheart. Let's try this Blackheart here. Come on, fuck it. I know Monster's going to be bloody queuing at my door, that's for sure. Let's see what's in Blackheart. Ah, Blackheart. My old nemesis. Knew we'd meet again. Let's see what we can see. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That looked very interesting, but let's at least enter from the right side of the channel. Now I wonder if this is going to work like previous Revenges where you have to send in one ship at a time, you know? I don't know. I don't even know who I'm attacking now because we're all just Blackheart. So I don't know if I'm attacking like a friend of mine or someone I know or someone that hates me. I just don't have a clue. But
Everybody hates you, Liam.
yeah, I think everyone hates me quite well, quite equally. So there's no favoritism. And that's gonna thing you off in a minute. Okay, so let's see what we can see. Right. Now, I guess you wouldn't want them to trail too far behind each other because you'd want to
It is the father to his pup.
be getting that aura boost on them, wouldn't you?
Go Jeremy Kyle.
I mean, since they're unreactive, let's just blitz it and see what happens. Just go for it and see if they die. Wow, look at the damage already. What's even hit them? Do you know what I mean? That's terrible.
They're dying quick.
They are dying really quick. They're like shockingly bad.
Let's see, ask Liam why he used EXE4 versus combustion system.
What did I use?
EXE4. Instead of combustion system. You died.
Yeah, I did, yeah. The reason I used, do I recognise that picture? No, I don't. Why did I use Explosive System 4 over Combustion System? Because Explosive System 4 is better. So I'd always use the best. Always use the best special available to you. Don't use the crapper one. That's just my opinion. And there is J-Boy. He's going to give my base a good frolicking, I bet. Okay, guys, so we just seen that whole in action. That was bad. That wasn't good.
I don't think they're a blitzer, Liam.
Well, they have blitz potential.
Why don't you have a tank in front of them? Like one of your revenges is.
Well, I know that. I was going to get onto that, Lucy, but thanks for ruining the surprise. Nothing. Let me just say, in that attack that happened just there, nothing surprised me. Not a single thing surprised me. That's exactly what I was expecting to see, because I'm almost certain that they do need to have. Oh, come on, Jay, just hit it. I'm almost certain that they need to have a revenge in there. I don't know. I think the revenge is the tank lead, and they're like the ones that sit at the back, like citadels. And
Jay's hitting you, by the way.
He's not. He's hitting someone else. I'm waiting for him to hit me before I carry on. Well, I was hoping he would hit.
J-Boy, if you're listening, please hurry up.
Come and smash me.
Whoa. That's my
Come and smash me in.
I get smashed every day.
Yeah, I get smashed every day. Yeah, so that was kind of a rather poor, but then again, I didn't really put any effort into that. Like, I didn't have a pinch. I didn't come in one by one. I kind of just ran for it. But what we did see there is that they kind of got ripped apart by. They look like they got ripped apart by almost everything there. Anyway. Right, so what are they lacking? What are they lacking? Defensively, the turret defense only jumps up 10% using that special when it has a built-in 40%, so it doesn't stack with a Renaissance battery. Interesting to know. Yeah, Explosive System 4 is unfortunately better than Combustion System. Okay, now we're under attack, which is good because we want to see that too, don't we? So let's have a look who. Yeah, I believe that too. The disturbed one. I believe that too. I believe that you're meant to have maybe two. I would like to see like a 2 revenge free of these at the back kind of setup. That would kind of be quite a decent layout, I think.
Defend base. Liam, can you make gadget admin chat?
I'm not sure I can do it from here. Let me
I'll do it.
try. With mod. There you go. It should be it. What's he put? He's probably, yeah, he looks like he's put different mortars on them. I believe. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what he's done. J-Boy's a very smart builder, you know, he's a very sensible ship builder. So, you know, if someone's going to crack a good build on these, he's going to be the guy. For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and this is the time when you say, I need countermeasures on my hull. I need to get some fucking, some gals in there, excuse my French.
Oh no.
Yeah, they don't cope well. They don't cope well. In fact, they're not doing very well at all, but we've got 3 hours to try and figure this out, guys, because there's no way they're that bad.
I don't know.
There's no way Kix made them that bad. No way. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. So, but the thing is, here's a fault which I find concerning. If these hulls are reliant on the Revenge, then, you know, if they need the Revenge to tank the damage for them, well, to be honest, my Revenges kill a base just fine. So why would I want to pull a couple of Revenges away to shove 3 of these in? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not just Apox that eat them up for the disturbed one. It's everything. Everything seems to eat them up. It's not just that. I mean, okay. Let's work with this. Let's not be too negative too soon, because I imagine the sneaky buggers at Kixeye, not that they are sneaky buggers in general, but I imagine that they've already got something. We're missing something here. That's what I was doing. We're missing something. I'm not doing something right. I didn't do it right with the Revenges when I previewed them, and I figured it out after. Well, between myself and a few of my allies. So what are we doing wrong? Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Okay, what can I do with this? I can't buff its resistances in any way because it has the defense. It has that defense fall
You
off
need to
thing.
get something that's going to stop going to stop
Defense handicap.
dead eyes and Apox
Right.
room.
Well, I can stop Apox by putting in countermeasures and maybe 2 or 3, like 2 gals per ship. So I can do so. Apox I can do.
Try radioactive evade
But-
special.
That's not going to help, Lucy. No, they need to. Yeah, they can't. You can't run these ships as they are. They're not strong enough. Simple as that. There's no way that they're strong enough to
I'm
run
just
this.
reading off chat, by the way, so when you go at me, you're actually going to go in.
Oh no, I'm not having a go at anyone. Please don't think that.
What about,
Okay.
do they have penetrative deflection?
Penetrative. Well, the base hull was its own. Let's look at the base hull quickly, as opposed to looking at the build I put on it. Yeah, so it has a corrosive deflection, it has concussive deflection, and it has radioactive deflection. Basically, it has all of the strengths that the Revenge has, all of the weaknesses. And that answers it, doesn't it? That's it. Okay. Let's take a different approach. It basically is the yin and yang of the Revenge. Like, combining these two is key.
Why don't you make a launcher set?
And the fact that, I mean, come on, let's be fair, they both have the Bloodthirst ability. When have we ever seen that? Like, 2 hulls working together. They're designed to work together. They were never even designed not to work together.
The evade in them are negative 160.
Yeah, they're not meant to have evade. That's just to say, you can't have a minus figure. So that's just to say that nothing's going to miss, basically, when it hits you.
That's terrible, though. So executioners.
Well, no, I mean, you can do that with a road crew. Hyperion Mod, I am just, you're closest to me, so it's nothing personal. I don't know if that is actually a mod. Or, yeah, you're just the closest dude there. You're just the closest dude, man. I think J-Boy's my neighbour, which I'm not too appreciative of. No, just kidding. Right, so, yeah, the Revenges. What kills Revenges? Revenges die from a massive overload of executioners. Right, hang on, let's just stop a minute. Stop.
An easier one.
It's not an easier one. He's designed his base to block Revengers.
Oh, with it. Look, he's got PNLS. And his walls.
Oh, is it Pin? Hi, whoever this is. Why?
Why are they
Oh,
not
fuck.
firing?
I know what's happening there.
What is it?
Right, I'm going to have to quickly make a change to this fleet. I'm going to have to quickly put a change on this fleet. And the reason for that is I need to get remote targeting off of the Revengers.
You're an idiot.
Right, that's not going to work because they range at 104 and I need the 104. Fuck.
You stop swearing.
Okay. Revenger front. Hang on a minute. What about if I just fucking straight up went for it? Do you know what? Let's just straight up. I got an idea, right? If I sit the Revenge just in front in that field, right? Maybe 2 Revengers, sit them up front instead of getting the boost off that field, and then just run them in, all 5 of them together. The problem is my Revengers. I think I'm gonna have to work it out so the Revengers have the same speed as the new hull, and I need something on the Revengers that allows my new hulls to. I can't even remember the bloody name of them. It allows my new hulls to get target spotting off of the Revengers. That's the problem. But we're just gonna give this a whirl. And we'll try something like that. Because, yeah, okay. So we need.
You're not going to make this base.
Well, no, but this is more of a test, babe. I mean, I'm not. I know I'm not. Yeah, see, that is brutal.
What are you trying to do here?
Okay. I think
Hey, your revenge is doing well.
yeah, 5 Revengers would have got this base.
That's
Probably
terrible.
not. No, they wouldn't have. Okay. Okay.
So the disturbing doggo says build it with 1 Harrier and the rest Pandos. Add armor and radioactive defense, and you use all evade specials.
What's he saying?
I just said it to you. You deaf.
Okay, with the
So
maximum.
he said build it with 1 Harrier and the rest Pandos. Add armor and radioactive defense. Use evade specials. Then need a range special for the missile.
Okay, you can't get any of this radioactive defense up. So Pandas would be a complete waste.
Base has been hit by.
That's okay.
Is that monster?
I think it's Captain Big Boy, isn't it?
No way.
I don't know.
TC ready, man.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, because of the defense handicap thing, you can't bring its resistances up at all. It's not.
Is it?
No, it's Country Boy.
Alright.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, you can't bring its resistances up. Like, its resistances are capped. You can't bring them up past 0% of anything.
Then why don't you run them outside the base?
And the evade at minus 160. Like, I put all D5E on. I put on speed system 5, and I looked at its evade, and the best I got it was like 1% or something. So that's irrelevant as well. But the only reason we kind of went down the route of evade builds on Revenges was because we needed to make them not get booms off of enforcers. But bear in mind, guys, that this hull is unreactive, so it doesn't get booms off enforcers. So evade is almost a stat that's not needed to be considered on this hull.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Why don't you run them outside the base?
Yeah, that's a suggestion.
That's
But the
from-
thing is, most players have already figured out how to stop Revenges.
But this isn't Revengers, this is a new hull.
But running this outside the base, what are you going to run inside the base? Revenges.
Like 2 Revengers.
But people have already figured out how to stop Revenges.
Not if you tank them up even further.
How can you? They're already tanked up to the maximum technology in the game.
I don't know. I'm just making suggestions.
Right. I don't like your suggestion.
I don't like you.
Just
I
kidding.
don't like you very
You
much.
can just suggest it to yourself.
If anyone thinks Liam's build shit, say aye.
I was kind of hoping for a coffee, but you know, guy can dream.
I think right build revenges still.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly.
This guy's doing good.
Well, he's going for the slow approach, yeah.
Which is good, there's no need to rush.
True, and if he's got enough splash on them, he should be okay. But, unfortunately, there goes his tank.
Where? His tank's still there.
Yeah. So,
No, his tank's dead. No, he's
the
fucked.
creep, I don't think you can really creep with these.
Look at that. Look what the Apox are just doing
look
to
at the
us.
slowdown on
Unreal.
it. Like, you need agility for him straight away.
Look at that.
It's just unreal. Just unreal. If I'm honest, like right now I do feel a little bit disappointed. Deflated, but not to the point where I'm thinking that the hole's a waste or a muck, you know, but I'm missing something. I wonder what it is. He's doing well.
He's not going to make it up.
No, but still a good run. You know, nice hit. Nice hit, country boy. And fair play for giving it a crack. I'm trying to think. Their issue is they don't have any explosive deflection. Let me just get my head around this. Don't want to repair and relaunch. I need to think. I just need to think outside the box. You know, it will hit me, and then I'll be so annoyed if I don't get to try it in here.
Why don't you ask the chat for some suggestions?
Yeah, no, I mean I've got the chat open, so I am.
Disturbing, Doing, and Disturbed are giving out some really good suggestions that I recommended to you, and you just ignored me.
Mm-hmm. No, I know it is. I know that. I already know that it's strong in what the revenge is weak in, but how can you storm a base with a hull that's weak to every weapon in it? I would say corrosive, concussive, radioactive. As a damage type, I would say that's a minority.
You said that as Disturbed type, the exact same thing. I don't know.
Let's have a look.
I don't know.
I feel challenged to figure this out. Like, I feel committed. Radioactive deflection plus 9,000, concussive deflection plus 5,000, corrosive deflection. So basically, it can take hits from scatterguns and such all day long, basilisk all day long. You can just laugh at that. But the second you come near it with any kind of explosives, it's in deep shit. But it has the ability to give the Revenge a boost to its critical height for dev charges, and it would work well. Just the problem is, though, with bases the way they are in this current game. Why are you giving me that look?
Because you're just rambling on.
I know, but I'm trying to think.
You just need to go and hit stuff.
I wish I had a little bit more time. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, actually, yeah. We will go and hit stuff, but we'll just quickly amend this fleet.
We just watched it.
I know, it was next. We'll quickly...
Do you guys have to see what I live with here? He's an absolute pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm. Screw you! Can I get coffee?
No.
Is my screen really as dull as that?
No, it's your
From
iPad
black.
shit.
Alright. Okay. I'd like to bring...
Phalanx 4, RA3, D5M armor.
Well, I don't know what the Phalanx 4 is meant to shoot down. Deadeye executioners can't be shot down. I mean, I can certainly... I'm willing to try. Combat speed 46. And let's have a look at the combat speed on these guys. So that's not too bad. They're not ridiculously overpacing them. 7, I guess. A little. How can I bring their stats up to take that a little bit more? Unless I just make them like citadels and put nothing on them but explosive boosts. Okay. Let's just refit these anyway.
You need to switch Iron Thruster for SFB3 and change the rest of handles as a spotter. Or a Harrier for a spotter.
Yeah, 98's better than 94, I guess. I was just maybe looking at a quick alternative. Pandos is a lower range again, so I wouldn't really want that.
These suggestions are coming from Disturbed 1LG, so thanks for this, Disturbed.
Yeah, no, I appreciate any suggestions. I don't know.
And at Gadget's saying on the chat just now, he doesn't even need to amend his base, and I agree. Like if you've got your base up to spec just now that you're able to kill Revenges, then
yeah, if you can kill Revenges, I think that you don't need to really even be like. Why would I want to refit my Revenges just to be able to carry this hole for a base when I can just go for a base with my Revenges? That's what's annoying right now.
Gadget and his damn base, man.
Gadget's base sucks. It's such a farm.
He loves that base.
My base is terrible. Such a farm, that guy.
Right.
Okay, so I'm disappointed, Kixeye. I am. But you guys probably already have this figured out, and now I feel. And that's what's pushing me, is because I know somewhere the Kixeye are watching this and saying, God, he can't figure that out yet, you know what I mean? So I need to get it. All I've done, guys, is I've just put on something for range and to allow me to spot.
There's no point in that though, because range isn't going to help you. Executioners, Dead Eyes, APOCs are still going to murder you.
Yes, Lucy.
So what are you doing?
But
why don't you tie like a launcher setup? Would that work?
No, launchers suck. No, I'm just kidding. Launcher setup's alright, I guess. Yeah, I've seen some doable launcher sets, but
We're too heavy.
I'm maybe just thinking about giving a bit more bulk as well.
SFB3 on them.
Yeah, it doesn't need the GS3 that I put on the other one. Okay. I wonder if it'll give me the weight now. It's a shame. Okay, guys. I don't know. I don't like that. But fuck, let's go. Let's try. What?
Gadget just realised what you said about his base.
What?
He's like, hit me anytime, Liam, if it's so terrible. Show me.
It's just a terrible base, man. I don't even want to send my fleets by taking them in that base. I worry that my fleets will be angry at me if I do that.
He's gonna go off and run.
I'm just kidding, Gadget. I haven't actually really seen Gadget's new base in action, to be honest.
I don't think anyone's hit it yet. If anyone wants a challenge, someone level Gadget for me. I'll pay you. I'll pay you gold.
Hey, I mean, come on. Am I not getting a drink or what? I thought you meant to be the coffee girl.
You were a farm until you met Gadget, Liam.
That's not true.
I agree with Gadget.
I did have a shit base last year when I started running Gadget's design, but I'm not running Gadget's design anymore. Just ditched that farm. Just kidding, Gadget. Nah, he's got a good base. I don't know. I haven't seen his new base in action, but I'll check it out. We're in the same sector just now, so. Right, we do at some point what we like for time as well, because I want to make sure that we spend some time doing the new targets. So we've got another 45 minutes. So I want to spend like half the time maybe on a new hull and half the time on the new targets. or I don't know, maybe Nico. I mean, really, you only need to give the new targets a glance, and I want to make sure the Apollos and stuff work, so we can do that. Right. Okay, how badly do they bloody hurt? Let's have a look. There's my fleet. Okay, there's my fleet. Talk about hitting your next door neighbours, jeez. Yeah, they are unreactive, guys. They are unreactive. To the point where I believe they're fully unreactive. This is going to be like the most interesting hit I've done yet because this base has a nemesis in, just so you know. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm driving poorly again, just for the record. I'm driving terribly, like really bad. Oh God, Jesus Christ!
If you're too much clarity.
There is things are not going well right now.
What's going on? You still shit?
Yeah, I'm still shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. I don't think you
News
should.
just in. Liam's still shit.
Liam's still shit, BP.
Excuse the French, guys. I apologise about that. We like to have a laugh at the joke. Yeah, so far not good. But I don't know. It's me that's wrong here. We're not getting it. I wonder if anyone else has got it. Let's have a look around, see if anyone else has figured this out. I wonder. Because we haven't. We are not doing well with this.
Here is your cup of
Take the base.
coffee.
This is what my brain's trying to process right now. Right, I can see what this player's doing here. I can understand this. He's hitting this base like we did with Citadels. Imagine 2 Punishers and 3 Citadels right now. I built that fleet. I still own that fleet. Right? He's running his Punisher in, or in this case, a Revenge, and his Citadels are set up there, and they're going to remote target the ships. But the damage on these mortars seems terribly low, for one, from what I've seen so far. They're not even hurting. They're just tickling what they're hitting. Okay? They're giving it a little hug. So the mortars are underpowered as it stands, from what I'm seeing. And how can this be considered a way to hit a base now?
Add frontline countermeasuring gales onto them to shoot down APOX.
That won't matter, but I can't. I'll try, but I don't think it will change it.
Hi, Wem!
Why would we break up our revenge fleets to? Because basically, what we need to do now is make revenges carry through a base, the new hull. But we've already got revenges that can go through the base, so why would we want to potentially weaken that fleet to do something we can already do? There is some bases that block revenges. There is some. There's some bases that block them very, very well. But this hull's not going to change that in any sense, unless I'm completely overlooking something here. What can I be getting wrong with this? It doesn't have the defensive capabilities to storm a base, which means the only option you've got with it is creeping. What can you use to build up the revenge to be able to spot for it? Unless you put one of the mortars on a revenge.
Judgment has more damage than the new ones anyway.
I know, but they're... Yeah, that's true. Hang on a minute. You could run the new mortars on a revenge and use that as the spotter, because then the mortars would spot it at the high range for... No, I don't see how that would help.
TSM's got a build seemingly.
Okay. Well, I would like to see that, because Because I'm not getting this right now. Which is annoying me. It's annoying me that I'm...
Incapable.
I'm not figuring out the right build for this. Maybe I'll see someone smash my base with the right build. I'm not sure. Who is this? This is Black Hearts.
That's your base.
Miss Katana SF1. I'm not sure. That Facebook picture looks familiar. Okay, so we have a Revenge up front. Sorry, we have one of the mortar holes up front. They seem to be, hitting with a lot better of a punch, but I'm not really into any damage just yet, so it's tough to really say. See, the Basilisks don't really touch them, which is fantastic. Which is the Revenge's problem. But look at the second the APOC hits them. It's almost a joke.
How's he doing?
I'm glad I still have some APOCs left in my base. That's for sure.
A lot of people get rid of them.
I know a lot of
Monster
people.
get rid of them.
Well, I could afford to run probably 6 Deadeyes and 3 APOCs, which I think would probably be a good balance. Maybe 5 and 4. But yeah, that's... I don't know, Kickseye. I mean, if we're missing a big picture, then you should really, really give it to us, because that is bad.
It's kind of a good thing, though, because it means we don't have to coin in our hell. We can just
I
focus
don't
on our
know, though,
bases.
babe. I mean, for the last 2 big holes we've had released, they've had to buff them because they got them wrong.
So you think this will come in our buff job?
If it stays like that, they need to buff it before they bring it out. But it is a preview server, so it's probably completely subject to change anyway. I mean, not just buff. I mean, that needs more than a bloody buff.
I mean, people are saying in chat, Gadget's saying when your Deadeyes work properly, all up to date, etc., you don't need APOCs in your base.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like a base that relies on having to run like 20 fucking tactical 2 modules. I mean, that's a bit crazy to bring it up to like 90% bypass. It's a bit mad. But, if it works, it works, I guess. But, I mean, really, like, they do not surpass Revenges as it stands. The only use they have is player versus player, because they don't have any stats to be able to work in PvE. So that's out the window. So all these things can do is hit bases. What the bloody hell to do with the things? That's the problem. What the hell to do with them? I'm at a loss.
Have you tried adding Splash to the Revenge? So someone just said on the Forsaken Council page.
Add Splash to a Revenge?
Yeah.
Why would you add... What do you mean?
Don't know, he went, have you ever tried just adding Splash to Rev?
Splash to Rev.
Yeah. Okay, Wayne Da. No, we haven't.
No. Maybe he meant to fight mega holes. He'd probably rip a mega hole a new one, but that's
Maybe they aren't base hitting fleets.
Sorry?
Maybe it isn't a base hitting fleet.
It's
Maybe
player versus player. It's basically...
Maybe it's a PvE.
No, it's not PvE. It's even in the base hitting bracket. Look, if I go select hole and hit Conqueror, there's only 2 holes in here.
What's the other one?
Conqueror is base hitting. That's Revenge and Vendetta. It is 100% a PvP hole. We knew that months ago. Well, a couple of weeks ago. So, am I looking at this wrong? I don't like the weapon. It's too low in DPS. The mortar side of it's very, very low in DPS. Extremely low in DPS. 3,000 damage across 3 salvos. That's 1,100 per salvo. Most holes deflect that as is. Like, the Revenges in my guard, that wouldn't even tickle them. I mean, it probably would struggle to even hurt the Gamma. So, that is terrible. Terrible is the damage for a mortar. Pointless, even. This, okay, the rocket's got good stats.
2 gales, 3 per each with frontline countermeasure.
Right, so, sorry, so what's someone saying?
2 gale.
Right, to do this, I'm going to have to scrap holes that have gales on, by the way, but we don't mind because we're in a preview server, so let's just do that.
Oh my god, you did not scrap your Punisher.
I'm scrapping holes.
Liam, this actually affects you in game.
Lucy, come on. I'm
I'm kidding on.
not that stupid.
What would you do if it did though? You scrapped all your fleets.
Put a ticket in. Hey Kicks, remember me, you pal? Yeah, let's scrap these as well. And we're just scrapping stuff now so we can try and get some bloody countermeasures. Because I don't have a ton of gals and hells and pals and yells and all that stuff. Okay, different approach. Let's take this hole and let's refit it. We are not happy bunnies kickside with this hole right now. Let's take this off and let's try. You cannot stack. I wonder if you can't bring that and that together. Because, I mean, unless the Renaissance battery isn't working at the moment. Like, something doesn't seem right with this hole right now. Something doesn't seem right. Don't know. Hang on a minute. We want to take. I'm just not happy with that thing. I'm trying to think of all these different scenarios in my head without sounding like a complete tit on the camera, but. Okay, let's try this one. 7639. That gives us some countermeasures too, and we're gonna run. How many gals do you need to stop? That's an interesting thought. Let's try like that. What was the other suggestions? Resonance. Yeah, I say it wrong, but who cares? I say everything wrong. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you've watched my shows, but I'm not exactly well known for saying words right.
He's a bit retarded, is what he's trying to say.
Hey,
Oh,
that's not a nice word. We don't say that.
a bit silly.
Yeah, must be silly for dating you. Oh, you just got burned. Terrible. Yeah, so I don't know, Kicks. I mean, what happens if I put a let's just say I put a D3X on there, right? Let's just say I put that on there. Do I get any explosive defense? No, I do not. And that's because of the defense handicap that we mentioned earlier, which we already knew. Okay. Okay, let's just roll with this. Let's see what happens. I believe in Jesus. Let's see if Jesus believes in me. Just kidding. I'm so annoyed with myself.
I would be too if I was you.
Well, I'm just because I had such high hopes for this hole, but then I'm questioning myself as to like, right, am I building this wrong? Am I not doing this right? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Okay. We will prevail.
We can do it.
We can do this. But the mortar's so weak. Like, why would the mortar be so weak? You would need to put other mortars on this just to really have any kind of.
Run an Aegis with your fleet.
I don't. But does that defense handicap, like, will the Aegis just have no effect?
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
And the cold snap affects its ability, as does the Aegis. So the revenge tank. It's a lot of variables. You need to boost the explosive damage.
What about 3 revenges with impulse 2 and the new hulls?
Sorry?
3 revenges with Impulse 2 on the new hulls.
Impulse 2? What's Impulse 2? What are you on about?
3 revenges with Impulse 2 in the new hulls. That's true saying. He's saying that. He's in Facebook.
We'll explore a couple of different avenues. One sec, guys. I'm just trying to. Let's just get this done, and we're going to try it out. We'll see if we can shoot down enough apox for that to matter. Is that giving me more than that? Of course it is. It's making me cooler. Is True in it? Is he in there?
Yeah, True getting the preview.
And has he got a successful build?
Well, we just said it. 3 revenges with
Impulse.
2 of the new hulls.
Well, then I'm hugely disappointed if that's the build he's using, because that basically means he's just took the build that he was using. That's basically the build that people have been using.
He was using with Citadels.
2 Citadels and 3 Revenges. They've just replaced those Citadels with this. That's completely silly. Like, we already have that. If that's what this whole is, then it's frustrated. Okay. I don't know. I need to quickly repair my base as well. Before I get home again. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tank.
You want taxi?
The goo does get in the way. I don't know if anyone really realizes, how much of a handicap that is, like, to play with the goo. Well, we are very privileged to be in this server, guys. I know for the last few months, Kicks, I've been doing public servers, and this one was a private one, so I was very, very lucky to be a part of this, and I really, really appreciate that, Kicks. So thank you for that. I'm just trying to, it's great to get a sneak peek at this, but it's frustrating sometimes too. MRM, is that someone I've already looked at? I think it is, but let's look at them again. I mean, can't hurt, right? And thanks everyone that's joined us for the live show as well. I mean, you guys, you're why we do this. You make it all worthwhile. So really appreciate that. Okay. Right.
Is that Nemesis?
That is a nemesis.
I just want to say something, Liam.
What?
You're fucked.
Oh, thanks for that, Lucy. I like how you believe in me.
Believing? You mean believe in?
Believing. Yeah, I like how you believe in me. You've always been so believing. I like how they're so high and on. I like how they're level 14 with tactical modules on that affect nothing. Just kidding.
Really horrible.
So it's irrelevant. I imagine he probably used them for something else at some point, but I don't know. Maybe they do affect something. I don't know. What do I know? And let's bring in another ship now. I wonder if I can shoot Apox down. I don't know. Don't know if I'm that cool, but we can try. Let's move a bit forward now. I don't know what this, like, you see the bar is continuously glowing. Like, it's full regardless of how many buildings I kill. Buildings I kill. So Does that mean that it's just continuously in its overload? I mean, what's actually happening here? I'm very, very confused at the moment. And again, they're shockingly terrible. Well, let's just let them die. Whoever's base that is, let them have the victory because they deserve it. So we will suicide.
True saying is little shit. He's got his fleet, he's got it, and he's tanking bases. And I was like, yo, just send me
Tell
some
True
hits.
to come and hit me.
Oh
Come
yeah.
Tell him to come and hit me live on air. So at least if I haven't figured it out, but he has, then that's that's great. TSM's just there as well. I'm going to watch TSM.
Hold on, I think he's gonna come. He doesn't know where you are.
What's TSM running? It looks like TSM's running 1 revenge and 4 of the new halls, and he just took a base with it. I don't know what was in that base, but he just took a base. Where is Ashley? Lucy, is he coming?
He's hitting the monster first.
Okay, where's that to? Right,
There.
here they are. I'll watch.
Hi, monster. Your
This
brain's
is
getting
Monster from the
smashed.
TFC. Nice to see all our TFC guys in. And cool. Okay, my base is under attack now, so
It's not true.
no, it might be TSM. Might be
Oh, TSM's hitting you, awesome.
Well, I don't know. Is he?
I don't know, I thought you said he was.
It might be. He was just on a base next to me.
Is it him?
No, it's someone that's hit me already.
A bit greedy.
I don't know why. Is he trying to sub me or something? Why is my guard moving? Why is my gamma moving? What's happening there?
There's only one chip in there.
I don't know what he's playing at.
There's only one chip in there. Come on, bro, you're wasting our time.
I don't know what that's about.
I think True's just waiting. True's about to come hit you. He's got a build seemingly sorted, so.
Well, that's good. And if he has Lucy, get him to send it so at least we can show the guys.
He won't give his build away. You know what True's like.
Well, he will.
He won't.
Because I will go to his house and speak to his mother.
You know where you live, True.
Right, let me get a map then.
Is that here?
Someone else is there.
Who?
I don't know. I wish Ashley would hurry up. Let's just view it.
There's loads of ambulances outside tonight. I think someone's been killed.
You'll be bloody killed soon.
Not be serious. There's loads.
Well, his monster just ate him up. So his build ain't obviously.
That hot shit as he's
Yeah,
moving
what
out.
build is it? What build you on about? True. You must be hitting farms again.
Monster does have a good base though. I mean, he's got some fucking gammas in there.
Wow. I don't know about that monster. What the hell is that in the TFC chat? Some woman breaking bricks. Jesus. Hit me! Come on. Come on, Ashley.
Which one's Liam's base? He doesn't know what one you are.
Well, there's HW Soup is literally like 7 o'clock from my base, like HM Soup right there. I'm literally like 10 seconds from Monster's base, so he should be able to find me easy. Look, there's a Monster. There's me. I'm being hit by someone called MRM just now.
Your base is?
Yeah, but I can repair it for him, so. Not happy about this hole right now, guys.
Someone suggested using a spotter ship such as like a rhino.
A rhino is a spotter. Who suggested that?
His name is Spawn of Evil 666. Whoa, this guy's doing good.
I'm not saying, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's like the
This guy's
worst,
gonna get you.
the worst idea, but yeah, he could do. He's doing well. Doing well here.
Did he get you?
No. Closest so far though. See, notice how those weapons won't touch the Revenges or the Gamma.
Why not?
Because they don't have the DPS. They're too low in damage. Especially the mortars. The mortars are shocking. Like it's 5,000 damage spread across... No, 3,000 damage spread across 3 salvos. It's like 1,000 damage a salvo. When by the time you take off resistances and deflection, they're doing minimum damage. And that's not exactly cool, is it? Yeah, I'm not...
Well, you want your fleet so you can see it.
Yeah, will my fleet have my name on it? Let me repair and then... let me just, let me launch. I don't know what to think, what to suggest. I mean, by all accounts, I think I do believe in this hole, but I don't know. I mean, not have they tested it against this kind of level basis? That's what I wonder. Where is he right now? Ask him where he is.
He sees you now.
Right. Tell him
Bubble.
I'll drop now. I'll just go in and out of this soup space.
I said, Kay, get ready to go to pop. But take poop back.
Tell him he knows my entrance is like 7, 8 o'clock.
Oh, he said, no, he didn't say to use a rhino. He said use a spotter mortar. It may work like a rhino retargeting range.
Ah, sorry, Lucy said it wrong.
Sorry, Spawn of Evil 666. I'm a noob.
She is a noob. This is not new information. Sorry. Yeah. What was it you said uses a spotter? Excuse my French. I didn't quite hear.
Use a spotter mortar. It may work like a rhino, e.g. the retargeting range.
Yeah.
Right, True has been raving about this build. True, if this disappoints, I'm going to be so pissed.
Well, it might not. Don't say that. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let me see. I can't see.
If anyone's going to get me, I'd be glad if it was someone from my own group. But I actually genuinely want to see this whole, like,
He's going to get
be
you.
good. Do you know what I mean? Do well. I want this to be a good haul. I don't want it to be...
Why is he... I love True.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
True loves him.
He's not a bad guy, you know. You don't want to take him home, though.
Don't fuck with True.
You don't want him for more than like a weekend.
We've had him for a few weekends, haven't we?
He has come up and partied with us before. This guy has. He is actually the infamous guy that puked up
on my boobs.
on Lucy's boobs.
I was in the kitchen clearing up after a night out, and True actually was sick on my boobs.
Yeah, so... and that's why we never invited him back.
he was sick
Ever
on my
again.
boobs.
Here's the problem you're going to find, True, is... Look at the DPS the mortars do on the Revenges. That's the problem. That's the problem with
Look at
that
Splash
fleet.
though, look. If you just sat...
Doesn't matter. They're not gonna. If they can't kill the ships, then it's irrelevant. Those ships will eat those
What's
those
he
ships
doing?
will eat those ships alive.
Oh, no way. He's about to get murdered.
Yeah. Well, it was a good.
Yeah, true. I get what you're trying to do.
It's kind of. I mean, I've got 2 Revenge and 3 like that, and I tried that, but it just didn't cut the mustard. You know, it wasn't.
What? Oh, what's wrong with
I'll be honest with you. Here's how I feel about it right now. It's inferior to the Revenges in many ways. For it to come back as a mortar, this mortar's DPS needs to treble just for it to even get past deflection. Because, you know, most people do run Revenges in their base now, and if that mortar doesn't have the DPS to even remotely come close to tickling the Revenge. So that's one thing I need to think about. I don't know. I am disappointed with this whole, but I'm sure they've got an ace up their sleeve with it. Something they're not telling us. The Renaissance. I don't know if this hole is actually working right now. From what I can see, like I don't think I've seen any critical hits come off of my weapons unless I haven't looked in due to the speed in which things are going. So I don't know if its aura's working. I don't know if the Renaissance battery's working, and that could be a possibility right now. But it's very disappointing at the moment. It's very disappointing. I'll try to see if I can get it confirmed as if everything's working as intended. But I almost got a funny feeling that there's some stuff not working with this hole right now. Either that or it is just terrible. Okay, let's take a moment now to take Apollos out and try out some of the raid targets, because I am largely disappointed with this hole at the moment, but maybe a little bit of a break, and while I'm rolling these around, some fresh thinking might be just a job for me. There is my current build against much advice from Gadget. I have decided to go with switchblades because I'm stubborn and I wanted to try them out. So, but I'm already know in my heart that, well, I feel that they got this weapon wrong, and I thought they were going to correct it, but they chose not to. But we'll try it. Let's try and find, what can we find? Something big. The biggest we can find. Let's try this one. 95. Hopefully it's alive and not half damaged and stuff. Oh, he's always messaging me, that Carlock. Told you, I'm with Zoe now.
Excuse me?
We're done. Nah, just kidding. Zoe's kind of fit though.
Do you not think there should be like a Lucy?
A Lucy what? Do I think there should be a Lucy?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but then sometimes I wish there wasn't. What do you mean you think there should be a Lucy? You mean like a character called Lucy in BP?
Yeah, or a ship. I think the ship. I have ideas. Do you want to get in kickside? Just message me.
What, ideas for your own branded ship?
Yeah. The Lucinator. The Smasher. Oh my god. The Smasher. That's it.
I'm sure that someone already suggested that a little while back.
Tough. I just trademarked it, so
Yes, you and your trademarks. That song?
what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. That was my vocal impression of a guitar. Enjoy. Coming soon.
Why are you hitting this?
Well, this is meant to be the adjusted raid format targets, guys. These are meant to be they kind of meant to have dumbed down the ones from previous raids, and they're meant to be easier. So let's have a look. Are they easier? I don't know. I know that I drove that very poorly, because I allowed that bugger to get hit on me, and he shouldn't have done. I had no damage up until then. I had too many missiles coming in, and I should have drove a different way to lose some of them first. Anyway, you live and learn. I don't know. I don't think any of these targets have really changed a great deal. I don't know. They're easier than they were, I think, but I guess we've had a little bit longer to look at them now. I mean, not everyone's in a position to be able to shell out 3,500 to 4,000 coins on Apollos. So, I may have a cheap raid, but maybe not everyone else will. So maybe we'll whip out some rhinos in a minute and just let everyone have a look with them as well. Okay. So I'm not being like one-sided. What's left to tailor out?
Sorry, the cats are just attacking something in the carpet, so.
What am I missing about this bloody hole? It's going to drive me insane. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't get it. Because I refuse to believe that it's just that bad.
Is it too late now to fix the new raid hole?
That was the worst ever.
Cause it's really bloody terrible.
Oh my god.
Is it too late now for Kickside to fix it? Yeah, they have left.
I want to know where Raken's base is. He said he was going to open his base up. I wonder what his name is in here. I will find it. Remember like Liam Neeson. I'm just going to take him. Find him. Oh, sugar. You know you're getting old when you start saying sugar instead of the actual swear word. You know that your life's starting to become quite bad when you're in that position in life.
You are old.
You start saying sugar and damn it and sod it, stuff like that. Oh, plums. You ever heard that one? Plums.
Plums.
Plums. Instead of saying, oh, never mind.
Well, balls.
Yes, yeah.
You say plums instead of balls.
Yeah. Never mind this.
Have I got it wrong?
Okay, let's kill some turrets. Ah! So, if we didn't run head onto that, you know?
Charge!
Yeah, charge.
So I'll do it in a minute.
I want to see if how well they still fire while under fire, if you catch my drift, because that's been the argument from people, is like, okay, why should I build them if my missiles are going to stop firing? And guess what, Gadget? They don't at legendary rank, so screw that.
Screw Gadget or your fleet?
Screw Gadget.
Oh, he ain't gonna be.
Because he's wrong. Like he's wrong. They're not stopping firing to shoot down missiles. They're getting some fire, and I guess yesterday I was testing this whole out like 2-star, and the results were very poor. Well, not very poor, but they were just not as well as I'd like them.
He says you still suck with your damage.
Well, yeah, but we're just having a quick blast at the moment. I'm sure we can bring this right down.
Gadget, a quick blast.
Let's crew it up, and also, Gadget, this is a 95, not a 91. It's a little bit different to the gantry stuff. Well, we presume.
It's like Gadget's been silent and calm the whole time. As soon as you said something, he's like, you still suck.
Well, he is a big fan of me proving him wrong sometimes. Although I wouldn't say I proved him wrong. Like I think Gadget's build for using the phalanx is very viable, and probably in many cases more viable. But what I was concerned about is that this build that I have built was not viable, and it is viable, and that's what I'm glad about. I don't mind who's got the better build between me and Gadget. I'm just glad that I have a build that could do the bloody raid with.
Says the bet is still open to you if you've got balls.
What
What's
bet?
the bet?
Yeah, we wanted to bet 50 quid
On what?
on who could do the cheapest for the raid or something. I would, Gadget, but I don't want to take your lunch money. I don't want to hurt your pocket money. I know.
He's gonna kill you for that. What is it? His Punisher fleet?
No, it's Gadget's got Apollos as well, and
I thought he wasn't building them.
no, he's built some. He's built some with phalanx and blades, or I'm not sure if he's running Harriers or blades, one or the other. But
I thought when he posted up the page, it's a good build.
now, obviously, guys, if we were trying to not do this in a hurry, then we would be driving a lot more cautiously. We'd rim all the ships out before allowing ourselves to come into the mega hull's range.
Less damage.
We wouldn't be running into these heavy cruiser things. We would obviously be driving this a lot differently. I don't want to waste all your time of you watching me do this delicately, because there is ways to pluck this apart very slowly and carefully. So yeah. Oh, crying out loud. Thought I had that okay.
What do you do?
I drove into the range of that big bloody weapon thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Can you do a HC tank?
A heavy cruiser tank?
Yeah.
I can, but I would be wasting my time. Can I show someone how to build one, or can I add one to this fleet?
Just to use a heavy cruiser tank.
Of course, I can do that. Yeah, no problem at all.
It's Rainmaker is asking.
I'm sorry, Rain. Yeah, I thought you were suggesting I add a heavy cruiser tank to this fleet, which would be a complete waste because it wouldn't keep up with these ships. Was all I was meaning there. But anyway, we will once we've got rid of this excessive damage. Just trying to get out. I just wanted to make sure that this worked, because when it was at 2-star, guys, the reason I'm keen on testing this is because when it was at 2-star, I had to drive in so much differently to this because my reload was much slower. I wasn't getting like one rhino was enough to occupy my switchblades and really slow me down. So yeah, so one rhino was enough to basically occupy my switchblades. So I wanted to legendary rank them and come and have a look at how they work for that reason, because if they weren't working correctly, I would have had to have refitted them before the raid, which I would have been raging about. So all I'm doing is testing them. Obviously, bear in mind in the raid it's half repairs as well, so whatever that is, it will be less. And that was obviously some appalling drop on my part. Okay, so that's okay. Yeah, let's have a look at that anyway. So that's 2 hours and 21 minutes. Now if we added on, so if let's just say we were in a raid, we'd be looking at 1 hour and 10 minutes. And that's with my absolutely appalling driving. You know, even let's say we're using a grease monkey, then we're talking 35 minutes, which is 1 coin and a 5-minute speed up with appalling driving. You know, and that's in the raid 3 million points there, so you know that's 1 coin per 3 million in the raid. If they stay like that. Which is a very, very cheap raid. Cheaper than that's the dirt cheap raids. That's the sweet spot raids. Is 1 coin a hit. 1 coin a hit per 3 mil is disgustingly good. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. And they do look dumbed down. I don't know how they've done them down. Like you still need crazy phalanx, but I can't even test these with rhinos now because I've just ditched my tank. I scrapped my tank. The rhinos. Sorry.
How long are you going to stream it for?
We've still got a bit to go yet. We have another hour and a half. Hour and 27 minutes. So we have a lot of time left, guys, to get in a lot of different stuff. Let me reopen a Twitch chat because I had a different chat box open there. I've got my iPad next to me so I can kind of keep up on what's going on.
Monster's already done videos of hitting the targets. So I presume we would post them up on the TFC page.
Okay, nice stuff, Monster. Appreciate that. So you hear that, guys. Monster, the presenter on the show here, has done some videos on targets. But bear in mind that this video will be uploaded to YouTube after as well. So you'll get a chance to see. But I kind of just rushed through that, guys, that hit. I just wanted to see how this hole did. That's the build there for anyone wondering. It's really next to nothing in terms of armor, just to fit everything else on. But yeah, that's worked good. I'm happy with that. I want to test this fleet out, but I just scrapped the tank off it. So I'm not even sure I can test it out for you. Okay, guys. Any suggestions in the chat of stuff you'd like to see? I am looking at the Twitch chat now. I know you're a couple of minutes delayed, but
Rainmaker's already fed.
Rainmaker, where is Rain?
In Facebook chat.
Right.
TT said he chat.
Okay.
He said he's trying to use a HC so I can see that there's one suggestion.
Who's this tank UNF?
He's awesome.
You're worried about VXP tank? There is VXP, increased VXP this weekend tank, starts on the 10th. There's going to be this this shard hunt thing, you know, the world hunt, or whatever it's called. And these targets will have increased VXP. So you should be able to get some good VXP this weekend tank from what I'm reading now. You'd like to see Revenge covered in a new weapon. Okay, Cuttlefish, let's cover a Revenge in the new weapon. And yeah, we can try that too, Gadget. So Okay, let's take the revenge.
I'm gonna go to bed, okay?
Okay.
Good night.
You go to bed?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
tired.
babe. Good night.
Night.
Okay, guys. And then it was just us. Party time. Just kidding. This is like my most hated part of this preview server is when you have to build the ships. So we are going to try a revenge with the new weapon as asked. I was thinking about something there. I wonder. Yeah.
Tell Gadget how hot it is.
Yeah, Gadget's hot, Lucy said. They said to tell you it's hot. I wonder about that. So this new resonance. I'll say it wrong. Special bonus applied when affected by a tactical field. So when you're in a tactical field, you'll get a bonus to all damage to plus 36%. You'll get an additional turret defense of 50%. And a bonus combat speed plus 20%, and a stacking tactical bonus of plus 80%. Well, I can tell you now, Kickside, that is not working. That is definitely not working. That's what's not working. That's not working on this new one. I'm sure that that's not working in this preview server because there's no way they're getting that. I had 5 of them. So one ship theoretically is getting 4 bonuses unless it's getting a bonus off its own self. So that would be using the stacking bonus. Let's just say the first time it goes to 54%, the second time it would go to 8% of 46, which is 1% is 0.46. So I mean, it's not. In my opinion, it doesn't seem to be working, the Renaissance capacitor. Like I can't see that working on these ships. Yeah, I'm trying to read the chat as well. I'm so frustrated with this this weapon, because I don't want it to be bad. Like I don't want it to be bad like it was last time. I want them to get it right. So sick of doing shows where where we've got to talk about a hole that we know is terrible. I just don't think that starts working. That Renaissance battery, like I've got no faith that it's working at all. Because theoretically, it could apply to like this hole could pick up that bonus. And do you know what else could pick up that bonus? The Centurion. Surely the Centurion's bonus, the aura field on the Centurion would also apply to that. I just don't know. Where is it anyway? I can't even see it. Good blind. Where's it gone? Aha, yes, of course, because I've got siege battery. Let's take that off. You would probably need to, run that in conjunction with. Let me just try something else a minute, guys. Let me try something else before I try that setup on Revenge. I know, the Fortune we're on there, but I kind of, I'm very frustrated at the moment. I want to try something else with this fleet. Like, I don't want to give up on it just yet. it's aura boosts. You can boost Gatling guns. Maybe you could combine them. You could combine them possibly on the same hull. I don't think that aura is working. I've yet to see that aura work, which would mean the Renaissance barrier isn't getting me. That's what I think is wrong with it. The silent kill, yeah, I fear that. But maybe kicks IR. Maybe they're giving us a dumbed down version on purpose. They're smart, you know, I believe that. I believe that they'll be tweaking it to get it right this time, because they fucked it the last 2 times. So this thing, we've already seen it in the cryofields. It was like the slowest thing on 2 legs. So it definitely needs a stun resistance as an instant thing. It needs its speed buff. Although you could probably get away with not having that because I mean the gels were a good idea, but they didn't really have an effect on it. What was my idea for the revenge a minute ago? I was combining. I was going to combine 2 specials there. I can't remember what it was. I know what it was. It was the building damage increase. Because these mortars and these rockets seem so bloody weak, I think it needs that. Like, I don't see a build that's able to run without that. The armor almost, I mean, it seems to die so damn quick that I'm almost considering that the armor is even irrelevant. Did they not say that they were releasing an armor that just adds a pure deflection stat? Which would mean, yeah, that would work. Did they say that they were adding, there is an armor that just adds pure deflection, nothing else, which would make sense on this hull considering it has a defense handicap. And I'm pretty sure that that was announced as the next Forsaken mission stuff, wasn't it? In the whip, that they were going to release an armor that has a pure deflection stat to it. So that would work on this because it doesn't need any resistance buffs. There's no point in running a D5X, D5C, D5M because the deflection buffs off that work, but the resistances don't. But if they released an armor that just has pure deflection and nothing else, then that's what this hull needs to give it something against the other damage elements. Just.
Steve, your camera's moved so far up.
Has it? Sorry, guys. I can see. Sorry?
You look like a predator.
I look a predator.
Yeah.
Well, you know, predators don't have good hair like this.
Fix your camera, babe.
I think I fixed it, babe, but it will take a few seconds to catch up in the show. Sorry about the camera, guys. It's I'm just thinking away. I have a cat behind me going crazy. Right, so the building damage increase I feel is a must, more so than the splash boost, because the DPS on that mortar is just embarrassing. You could add fire pulse to give you an additional buff to the radioactive damage, because, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you could almost run without Speed System 5. You don't need Speed System 5 on this hull. But it's not going to let me pair that with Explosive System 4, which gives you the best projectile speed in the game. Oh, God. Perplexed. The projectile speed's important. It's a shame you can't get incendiary shells and projectile speed on this hull, because then you'd be able to make fire pulls, which would give you some way of killing Revenges in base guards, which currently, statistically, they can't do. They can be strong, but they're relying on help. Do you know what I mean? They're relying on the help of a tank lead. But why would we want to tank lead these with Revenges when Revenges don't need to tank lead? They can just take the base on their own. That's what I just don't get about this whole. it seems to be an answer to a solution. It seems to be an answer to something that was not a problem. That's what confuses me about it. Unless you're not meant to run all these weapons. Maybe you can run different weapons. I'm just not getting it. I'm annoyed. Sorry guys, you're just literally like sat there and be rambling away. Like, this is like the Liam 99 thought process out loud, and I apologise about that. Just trying to suss this out, because I don't want to come away from this being annoyed about this hole to then like have someone PM me and say, oh, you should have done this, and then I feel like a real prat. I don't want that. I want to try and give the hole the credit it deserves. It's just now with the like, there's so many variables in the game now that we never used to consider. You know, all these different deflections and resistances and bypasses, and yeah, it's very. You could sit down for a day and work out a build. Sometimes I actually think about builds while I'm at work, and I have to stop and write them down. It's like a 24/7 on the mind thing. Anyway. So all I'm doing right now is putting all the mortars back on them that I took off to put gels on, and I'm adding siege targeting free to give them, mine's R15, I believe, yeah it is, so I get a building damage buff of 93% using that, which they need, unfortunately. Maybe I stand a chance of killing something with that. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know why they would want us to build a Vendetta Revenge combo when we don't need that. We can already. It's just. I just don't want to see them like. I don't want to see us rush into a raid with this, win it, and then everyone's going to be annoyed for a while, and then they come out on the Monday and buff it. I mean, that's just silly. Like, we need to crack this before we are expected to win it. It needs to be correct, I think. Yeah. It's just. See, now we're overloaded. That's the problem. We're getting heavy now. How heavy? I don't know, but we're heavy. We'll have to tweak further, Kickside, just to compensate. And sorry guys that you're just watching me do the build. I'm trying to look at the chat as well, guys, and I don't want you to be like bored. I apologise if you are. I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling this whole right now. Like, I'm annoyed about it. Because of that handicap, you cannot touch its stats. That's, and I think that they've done that on purpose because they want us to think more. They don't want us to raise its stats because that changes the rules of its use, which I understand. I just feel like I don't want to feel defeated as a player because I'll never get a chance to do this again. I'll never get a chance to test this whole out and run multiple builds. And as we know, in the game, it's extremely expensive to test a build out. You get it wrong and you're buggered. As most players do get builds wrong very regularly and then have to coin to change them again. So I feel that working this out is actually an important part for the community. Or at least testing it as much as we can, so we can at least get some image and idea of what we want to do with it. And I think, in a sense, like kicks, I want to see as well. They want to see how a player perceives the hull and how we decide to build it. I think that then teaches them what they need to do. So there's kind of a two-way street, these previews. So that's it adjusted. Is it going to be any good? I don't bloody know. I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be any good at the moment. But that's a building damage buff on it. That's all we've been able to give it. Let's have a look at this captain.
TFC, hi to Senna.
Hi Senna, how's it going?
Hi Senna.
That's Lucy saying, hi Senna! In that annoying, piercing voice. Just kidding. Oh god. Can we even get a half dead base? Because we would be very embarrassed if we couldn't. See how their Bloodthirst is instantly yellow, like it's fully stacked to start with. Very strange. I hope you agree. I don't believe the resonance battery is working, and the reason I don't believe the resonance battery is working is because I just don't believe that they're getting the bonuses they're meant to be getting right now, like the increase to damage and the increase to defense. I believe it's non-existent at this time. See, I've already lost one ship there. That's just embarrassing, isn't it? But that's just execution. It's ripping them to shreds. I mean, everything in that base is upgraded, so it's just crazy. Silly of me to really keep going at that point. I should be tanking these with a revenge, but the revenge would have to. Yeah, the revenge is going to have to sit at the tip of its. Okay. Okay. The revenge is going to need to spot. So I'm going to take the idea that someone mentioned a little while ago, and I'm going to put these mortars on a revenge. We're going to try that, okay, guys? So, okay, my base is under attack, which is cool. Probably a little bit more entertaining to watch my base getting smashed than it is to watch me failing in others. Excuse me. Has that me been prepped or something? Didn't realise I was already that damaged. I must have not coined for the last hit, I'm not sure. Unless I was hit twice while I was in that base or something. I don't know. Arnie, anyway, let's hope that Arnie's sussed out. And how's it going, Arnie? See, my executioners are pooling. They're not upgraded yet. They're getting there. They're slowly getting there, guys, but they're not finished. They're not getting a high enough bypass and boost to be really causing any damage. Well, this whole Senna is. This hull is a Bayesian hull, so it's different to the Apollo in that regard. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I haven't. My base is kind of still in a transition. I mean, I only just finished a scattergun. I've only got 2 level 7 turrets. I'm still retrofitting and getting stuff right. I'm still not really caught up on the change from Outpost 7 to 8, you know, so that's kind of where I am at the moment. But it's a work in progress and it will get there. Even my guard isn't right. Like, that rhino's not meant to be there. It's going to have 2 gammas in there. It's a work in progress, but it's coming along, you know. Time for the mortar, the big dog, the mortar boy. See, the bloodthirst on that hole is definitely not working. I think this previous server made a bit of a flop in the regard that although it's been great to see the hole, and it's been great to mess around with it and have fun with it, I'm almost certain it's not working. Like, I don't think his bloodthirst ability is working. I don't think it's working right now. Is that it ended? It can't be ended. Okay, let me reload. Sorry, guys. Maybe the previous server's ended. Maybe that's it, guys. I don't know. I thought it was open for 3 hours, but maybe I've misinterpreted it. Yeah, my base is good, Senna. Like, well, it was a guy in my alliance that spotted a base, and he took a look at the picture. He took a look at the picture, and we decided that he decided he was going to use it, and then I seen it in action, and I liked it too, so I decided to build it. I took 2 Revenges out of my base fleet, shoved them in there, you know. And kind of just mocked it together, because the design I had before, the design I had before was getting smashed left, right, and centre like easily. People were just walking through it. So yeah, I just changed the designs just so I had tons of wall in front of my turrets and guards, and then just shoved 2 Revenges in there, and that brought it back into a good stead again. I've been killing ever since. So it's not doing too bad, but I haven't got my Deadeyes done. I haven't got my level 7 turrets done. I've only just built a scattergun. You know, the base guard is a mishmash of a base fleet and a base guard from last year. So yeah, what the hell? You see my guard? See my cool guard fleet. Cheers, guys. Appreciate where you see it. Yeah, they decided to sit in strange places there. Let's get this going again. Yeah, we had a crash there, guys. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. Why have they done that? I want to swear that, because I've got to now go and change it. I can't even remember how I had it, that's the thing. So, just going to have to throw it in there somehow. Don't even remember, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do a job. God knows. Yeah? I can. I see that, Gadget. Cheers, buddy. Right, hang on a minute. Do you know what? I'm just gonna... I can't even apply. You're kidding me. Oh, fucking hell. It's Excuse my French, guys. Nothing. Nothing. Everything's fantastic. Okay. I don't know. I had a glitch, and then my base guard decided to just be annoying, and I just losing my cool. Losing my cool. I'm just going to shove it in any old way, guys, because I don't want to waste any more time. Because we've only got... Oh, God. That'll be it ended. I don't know. I thought it runs for 3 hours. I thought it ran for 3 hours, so... I guess not. I guess not. Let's see if we can find out a minute, guys. We'll keep the stream going. Yeah, it's been a ride, this stream, hasn't it? It's been one hell of a ride. We are actually going into my live game. So we are live. We are in BP Live. I'm just trying to get confirmation if that's the end of the preview, because normally they do go for 3 hours. So I'm wondering if maybe that they've took it offline to correct the issue with the Renaissance battery, because I'm almost sure that none of that stuff was working properly in that preview server just then. So what can we do, guys, while we're waiting? I don't know. What can we do? Let's think of something. See, in the live game, you'll see that they're not ranked. And that's why I was worried about that fleet in the preview. Anyway, guys. So yeah, that was an interesting preview. I have to say, I'm largely disappointed with that at the moment. I don't know if we're going to get back in. I don't know if that's the end of it. And if it is, then I apologise to those that maybe stuck with us and didn't get to see perhaps what they wanted to see. I mean, we did look at the. We did look at the hull, and I don't know, I think that the hull's wrong. I'm hoping that they're actually in there patching it and fixing it right now, because the resonance battery isn't working, or the aura off of the ship isn't working. Something's not right there, because it's not working. That's the truth of it, and they need to sort it out, because that was embarrassing, really, 2 hours of that. If you know, unless they've got some kind of wonder build that I'm completely, you know, or maybe I'm just cannot think of the correct build for that ship, or the correct layout of fleet design. And if so, then I'll put my hands up. But I generally feel that there was issues with that hull and the specials on it that were beyond the control of us as players. So yeah, you're getting to see me play a bit of normal BP just now. So yeah, the base is pretty much, you know, this Rhino's coming out, and there's going to be another Gamma in here. Probably will keep the Frosty just due to its it having the highest thermal range. The layout on my Frosty is actually given to me by J-Boy Gims. That's a set he sent me one time when we were testing a Ghost Crawler in my old design. So it's very similar to the design he had on a Visago's Interceptor, or whatever they're called. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, it was a similar layout to what he had on that, and I've changed it slightly since then. But that's doing quite well. Is it over? Okay. Well, if it's over, it's over. I'm trying to get confirmation on whether it's over, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I hope that they're hotfixing that hole and we'll get another hour at it, because it wasn't working as intended there. I feel certain of that. Like, remember I read out to you at the beginning what was wrong and right in there, and I almost feel like nothing we just seen there could be taken as wrong or right. You know? I don't know. This is me doing uranium the hard way. Unfortunately, this is just how I do it because I just don't care. I take a bit of damage here, but I don't mind. You know, I think Apollos are actually. Do you know what's quite funny is Apollos can actually come into the armadas and do them for like next to nothing, because you're that quick that the cannons can't hit you. That's actually quite hilarious. Like, those cannons there can't hit you because you're just going that quick. But yeah, this is how I used to collect uranium before I started like hitting a lot of dubs and doing stuff that way. You know? I have 2 rhino fleets as well, because I did replace my old rhinos with Zoe's rhinos, and then ended up refitting my old rhinos too. So. Yeah, and some would say that's a fair bit of damage in them, and that probably it probably is. I know you can do tigers and do them for free and stuff, but I don't know. I'm quite lazy. That's like as bare minimum of control as possible on that. So that's how I collect uranium. It's easy. I wonder if nothing. No confirmation about the preview yet. We almost always get 3 hours, so, and they cut us off at like 2 hours and 7 minutes there, which is odd. That's why I was kind of like in the back of my mind, I was hoping that they were potentially fixing what seemed to be like a broken hole there. Maybe not. In principle, that hole looks fantastic. If they can get it to work, if they can get its special abilities to work, like if it does actually get a boosted turret defense, if it does actually get boosted damage, then it could be really bloody good. But you know, with its base stuff, without any of its bonuses working, it was abysmal. Oh, can't really gadget. So immature. Okay. Well, we'll leave that there for gadgets to have fun, and what we'll do is we will try. I was going to show you guys some of the Forsaken missions, so that's what we're going to do next. And the reason we're going to do that is because I wanted to show you guys rhinos hitting the 87s, but that's probably no good now. We'll do the Citadels and the reason I want to show that is because I know in like last week's open mic, Gadget was talking about how you could still do 87s with rhinos, and people were saying no, you couldn't. They wanted to see, can you do a video? And I think Gadget had refit his tank or something, and that was the reason. So what we'll do is I'll show you how I do an 87. I can't remember which entrance to the bloody 87s again. Anyway, let's do an 87. The 97s, I do take a bit of damage in, and I tend to use 2 small pinches. Now, a small pinch takes 15 minutes to build, so 10 minutes if you speed up. Right, why isn't my... Yeah, so it's not an unviable way to be doing it. This fleet I would like to change in the future as well. I'm going to be running a... my keyboard doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm going to be running a 4th Citadel and dropping one of the Punishers, because it doesn't actually need it doesn't need 2 Punishers. See, this fleet was originally designed to do this and to do base hitting. So it would do base hitting holes, And that's why I'd have 2 tanks, because then the first tank would sometimes die and you'd be able to run in with a second and still continue retargeting. And until they did the PvP, PvE rebalance, it actually was very viable still. Let me just reopen the Twitch. I had my messenger open. I was hoping to get something from Reagan there. But yeah, I know you don't need pinches to do them, but I prefer to do them with that White Star, because I know of a way that I want to change my fleet to do them, but at this time my shipyard hasn't been free to make that adjustment. So yeah, I'm not like, it's not like a dick wagging contest White Star. I know how to do most of the stuff in the game. I just, it's what fleets you've got available to you to do it. You can only coin so much, unless you're gadget and you just coin crazy stuff. Yeah, so I mean, you don't really need 2 Punishers. Like I would be better off with 4 Citadels and 1 Punisher. I just haven't had the time to build another Citadel. And when I do that, I'm going to make the 4 Citadels much faster, and that way I can outrun the arc missiles in the 97s. Okay, White Star, happy with that, White Star? Let's get it, bud. So yeah, I mean, this is how I do the 87s. Very easy, very painless. I've kind of, gone a bit fast here because we are in a stream. But you can slow down a little bit and take a little bit less damage. This is the same fleet that I used to do the A sets in the raid cycle in the Hostel raid. Exactly the same fleet. No, White Star, I understand. Your method of you drive, stop, and let the arcs fall in the middle of in between your Citadels and your Punishers. I'm fully aware of your method, but it's a fantastic method. But yeah, with the right kind of driving and taking your time, you'll be able to do this for a free repair every time. No sweat at all. And that's like 10 million points for free. So you're really laughing on that. What I tend to do with this fleet at the moment, because I am with so many in-game chores, sometimes I don't mess around with doing these stupid little, I'm going to take 30 minutes to hit 1 target kind of thing. I tend to just run at a target and absorb the damage and just deal with it. So what I tend to do is I actually hit 4. I hit 4 97s, then I take the fleet in, repair them overnight, and then come back in the next day and do the same again, and that's my weeklies done. That's the method I prefer to do them. Anyway, let's recall them. So that's the weeklies, that's uranium, and also the rhinos can do the 87s too. I'll show you my Centurions, although I'm sure you've all seen your bloody Centurions. Yes, yeah, the sneaky bugger left it alone. Oh, don't worry, I'll get him for that. What else can I show you guys? I'm pretty annoyed about the bloody preview. I would like to show you this fleet, but it's damaged. But you know what? It doesn't matter that it's damaged. It'll still work. Kind of. And this is my dub fleet, and it also does mines, and it also does Drake bases. Normally I'd run, you want to run the, is it the Creeping Death? The one that you get 30 seconds more damage and more base hitting time, but you also get a 19% building damage increase. So that's the one I normally run with this fleet. And yeah, I mean, it's the same fleet that everyone else. I think there's just about every build I've seen on these ships is the same, so it's nothing too fancy, but it gets the job done. That's all that matters. And probably after this, guys, I mean, if we've got no confirmation on this preview server, then I guess it's ended. I guess that's it. You know, and again, like Kicks are very fond of saying, well, sorry, I don't mean that in a sarcastic manner, but like Kicks I always do say, and which is very true, that what happens in a preview server is subject to change, right? Since I can't find a bloody mine anywhere, we're just going to get one of these. Yeah, since it's subject to change at the end of the day, so we don't really know what those holes are going to look like. I'm almost certain that they're not going to look like what we just seen there. My hunch is that nothing was working there. The Renaissance battery and the aura wasn't working, and they didn't. Their Bloodthirst didn't seem to work either. Like, they were continuously stacked at 20 at the start of every battle. No matter what you killed, they had that, so that wasn't working. So we know that their Bloodthirst wasn't working, which gives them a 50% mortar damage increase. We also know that. We also know that the well, we don't know, but it's my hunch that the Renaissance battery isn't working. Why is my keyboard not working? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we know that that's not working. So I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame that we couldn't see everything in its glory. But that's the whole point of a preview server, isn't it? That's the reason we go in there, is to see, you know, to air out these creases. I mean, it'd be much better that happened in a preview server than if it actually happened in a live game, because then people really would be getting pissed off. And again, I purely am speculating. Like, there's a possibility. There's a possibility that that is the finished product. In which case, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say there. I'd be kind of speechless, you know. I would just think that perhaps I'm not as knowledgeable as the player as I thought I was, you know, and I can't think out that build, which is, hey, that's, you know, it's highly possible, probably the most likely cause. But yeah, nothing from no one right now, so I have no clue about anything except my name. I know my name. I think it's John. Yeah, I like to give these bases a good rim. You got to rim them first, you know. You got to rim it first, get it ready, and then go in for the action shot, you know. And that's the only real way you can hit these bases. I'm sure everyone has their own little tricks and methods and tactics and stuff. Yeah. I can't hear you. Sorry, that's Lucy calling. And after this hit, guys, I mean, I'll probably jump off of here. You know, it's getting on a bit for me. I kind of feel that stream didn't go as well as I would have liked, but at least we got to see the prizes, and we kind of got an idea of what we think that they're gonna do with it eventually when they air out the creases. So we know what it's gonna be. Unfortunately, we're not sure if it's gonna work or not, or at least we don't know how it's gonna operate when those features do work. If they truly weren't working, that is. I mean, really, this is getting like the Matrix, isn't it? I'm not sure which pill to take. But guys, I appreciate anyone that come out to watch. You know, I appreciate you joining in and coming to see the streams, and I also, of course, appreciate all the support for the TFC, because I know the guys, they work very hard on the show, so it's great to get any kind of support, because, you know, we're players. We're not paid to do any of this. It's all just fun. We get fun out of helping you sometimes. Uh, 6 hours ago. No, there's no way I did it 6 hours ago. Later, Cinnabon. All the best. All the best. Let me stop here. Later, Cinnabon. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, it was a disappointing preview, guys. I don't know. I don't. At this time, see, this is the problem. I don't know because no one's answering their chats to me. I don't know if this was like how it was meant to be, or if there was a mistake. I don't know if the preview's over, or if they're going to let us back in after they've made a change. Like, I actually don't know anything right now. I'm in like complete crazy land, and no one's telling me anything. So, I don't know. I feel like it's almost been a wasted evening in a sense. I don't know. But if the whole... I'll give you my verdict anyway. I mean, I don't like to make verdicts. It's very wrong for me to make any kind of assumptions on something that hasn't been finalised yet, or something that appeared to be broken. But if that hole stays the way it is... This is a Drake base. This is a subsector base. So it's you've got a Drake uranium base and then a Drake base, and this is the Drake base. This is the ones that you used to win a Nemesis out of, and they've now revamped them and made them this. So yeah, this is one of those. You can't win a Nemesis out of them anymore though. They took that away, the buggers. But yeah. Yeah, so this gives you 65,000 base parts, and not a great deal else. They're completely pointless in hitting, to be honest. You're better off hitting mines, because even a level 90 mine will give you much less damage, and only a little bit less base parts. But this fleet was like half. It was at half damage when I came in here, so I've actually only taken a very little bit of damage in here, to be fair. So don't think of the what the hell's just happened there. Don't think of the damage. Yeah, am I freezing up on your screen, guys? Looks, from my screen that I'm watching, I was freezing up there. I hope it's running smoothly. Yeah, so it's a bit of a troubled night tonight, guys, because I'm not sure if that was working as intended or not. I don't think it was. I don't think it could be that bad, so... I guess we just got to, at the moment, assume that it wasn't working as intended, a new hull and a new weapon. Looks fantastic, and if it does what it says on the tin when it comes out... yeah. Yeah, if it looks as good as it does on the tin, and when it comes out and it works, then cool, but... I hope that's not the finished product, because if it is... If it is, then not a lot of people are going to bother with it. That's a sad fact. But there's no way that aura was working off that hole. There's no way that Renaissance battery was working. And if it was working, I didn't notice it. The Bloodthirst wasn't working either. So I can only say what I noticed. I'm sure Kickstarter will fill us in. Other than that, right now it's pure speculation. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to cut it off there. This video will go up to YouTube after, for what it's worth. Which is not a great deal at this time, with that hole being the way it was, and I do apologise that I wasn't maybe able to give you guys some better quality footage of that fleet in action, but it just didn't seem to be producing the goods, or I wasn't clever enough in figuring out a build for it, which is possible, highly possible. But thanks everyone for coming out. Have a good evening, and we will see you on Saturday's show, where hopefully we'll have some clarification on this hole and how it works. And we'll be able to clear that up for you. But in the meantime, have a great week and enjoy the campaign thing that starts on Friday. And we'll see you on Saturday's show. And take care, everybody. Thank you again for coming in.